Hi everybody, Donna from Donna'sDreamWorks.blogspot.com, and I wanted to share with you a card that I made today to send to my granddaughter in Massachusetts. I think she'll be happy to know that she can finally get into her pool. They have a lovely pool in the backyard, but of course they've had such a long cold winter that it's just now getting to be usable. I put together this card and I'm going to show you how I did it. I did a couple of different things. There's stamping, there's Cricut cut, and there's cut and paste. Let me show you how we did this. I started off with an A2 size card. This is 5.5 by 4.25. And actually my inspiration for this was this piece of designer paper that I got a long time ago, and all I had left was a piece that was about 4.25, a little longer than 4.25 wide, and it was only 3 inches tall. So I wanted to make 2 cards, so I had to figure out a way to do that. And I did that by layering the sand on the top of the water. And how I make my water sometimes is just to do a little tearing. And the object is not to have it terribly even. But it does look like ripples in the water. You didn't really have to cut the wave. Look, I didn't have enough paper to really cut the wave with the Cricut. And there you go. And you see when it's put on a white background, it does look like the waves in the water, or the swell, I guess you'd say, of the water. So if you have any white areas at the top where you've torn it, you can just go over it a little bit. This is Tim Holtz Broken China, and it's just a little blue tone. So what I'm going to do now is attach that, and probably leaving about an inch or an inch and a quarter at the bottom. And I'm using my Tombow tape runner today, only because it's sitting out here. Sometimes I find it convenient to use. And what I'm going to do, because it is a little bit long for this card, is just line it up on one side, and then we can trim it off the other side. Okay. Now for the sand, I'm doing the same thing. I have a piece of, I guess you'd say, sandy colored cardstock. It's just from a stack, I think from Michaels. And I'm tearing up and down, so, you know, the sand is not always even. And then that will go like so. Okay? And for this one, I'm using a little of the Tattered Rose, and I'm just kind of patting on it to give it a little bit of texture. I don't want a lot of color, but just a little texture. Okay, so we'll put this on. Those tape runners are nice, but you know, they don't last too long when you use a lot of adhesive. You really are better with your ATG guns as far as cost-wise. And there you go. And I think I could add just a little bit more of that Distress ink. Just a little darker. And then I took some stamps from a Stampin' Up set I've had for a while. I absolutely love this, the crab set, and it was out of, you know, retired, and I actually found one brand new and not even mounted on eBay a while back, last year or so, so I picked it up. But it has, along with the crab, it has a lot of other little sea creature type of things in here. So I'm just going to give us a little starfish maybe. and maybe another shell. And it also has some sentiments, and I thought this was cute to send to my granddaughter. It says, "Sure do love you." I use VersaFine ink. Now what I did for the sky is I cut some clouds out of, I think it was Create a Critter. And what I'm going to do is to actually use it as a type of mask to create the clouds in the sky. It's kind of fun. And it really does look like a sky full of what we see a lot here in Florida, those big cumulus clouds. There you go. A bright, sunny, puffy cloud sky. I did cut from, I think Life is a Beach. I looked on the Cricut and there were so many different, on the Gypsy, there were so many different suns in there. I think this is from Life is a Beach. But I blanked out the face and used a Peachy Keen face. It's actually one of the paper doll faces, but it works just fine for the sun. And then for my swimmer, this is one of the cutest stamps. I've had it for a long, long time. It's called Jackie, and it is by Me and My Big Ideas, CreativeBeginnings.com. It's just such a cute stamp, and she looks so cute floating in the ocean here. So we'll just pop her up on some foam squares. And I did color her. Obviously I didn't bore you with my coloring and cutting technique, which sometimes leaves a lot to be desired. Now I see I have got some ink on my fingers, and I've got it on my clouds up there. So what I'm going to do is just put some blue around it and see if we can camouflage it a little bit. And actually they kind of look a little bit like birds flying up there, so we'll leave that. I think it'll be just fine. So here's the cards. Very simple, very quick. A little bit different with the masking technique for the clouds. Hope you enjoy it. One more thing I will do is to take my white gel pen and just reinforce these white polka dots on her inner tube. Bring them out just a little bit more. My coloring is done with Tombow and Marvy markers. I don't have Copics, and I've not ever learned how to use them, but someday I will. So there you go. There's my sunny day card, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for stopping by. See you later. Play nice.